Hello, hello everyone. Welcome to today's teaching. What is faith? Today we'll be talking about the source of faith. Well, we have established what faith is. Primarily, that faith is a substance of things hoped for. And this substance is a spiritual substance because faith is spiritual. So this substance is a spiritual substance, and that means its source is in the spirit realm. Its source is not from the natural realm, its source is from as the spirit realm. Remember, we also highlighted that the spiritual controls the natural. So something can exist in the spirit before it exists in the natural. So where everything starts is the spirit realm, and where faith sources from is the spirit realm. Okay, now exactly what do we mean when we say that? Romans chapter 10 establishes that faith cometh by hearing, and hearing by the word of God. Faith cometh by hearing, and hearing by the word of God. So this tells us that the source of faith is actually the word of God. So the word of God is the source of faith. When the word of God comes in, then faith comes. Remember that the word of God is spiritual. Yes, it is spiritual. So the word of God is a spiritual substance, and this is where faith sources from. Now, I will talk about a few manifestations of the Word of God. Of course, we know in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. So the Word became flesh. That is the primary manifestation of the Word of God, the Word becoming flesh. But the Word of God manifests in various and many other forms also. Yes. And these are ways the Word of God comes to you such that you're able to relate with it naturally. But then remember, primarily it came through the Spirit. Okay? I won't go into those distinctions yet, but to highlight to you that when the Word of God comes, you see light. That's a physical manifestation of the Word of God. Illumination, knowledge, understanding, light. It says the entrance of the word giveth light and understanding to the simple. So that is in physical, that's a manifestation of the word. In other places it says, the word came to me and I did eat them. So the word of God comes as nourishment. Physical manifestation, nourishment to your spirit, to your soul, nourishing you. It comes to give you strength. Okay? It says also in Hebrews chapter 4, verse 12, that the word of God is quick and powerful, sharper than any double-edged sword. So the ability to pierce into the bones and marrow, dividing asunder of souls and spirit, those are also manifestations of the word of God. And Jeremiah talks about the word coming as fire in his bones. Those are also manifestations of the word. So these are manifestations of the word, but when they manifest, they are not themselves, but they are manifestations of the word. So when there's fire in the bones, for example, that is not just fire in the bones. That is the word of God to you, but manifesting as that. A lot of people have different manifestations of the word of God coming to them. But do not be carried away by the manifestation, because what has come to you, which is manifesting that way, is the word of God. We will build upon this progressively, but one more thing I want to highlight is that when the word of God comes to an individual, the individual might have a dream. When you have a dream, that is the word of God coming to you, but manifesting as a dream unto you through your spiritual means of communication. So these are the natural ways you're able to relate. with the spiritual the spiritual experiences or realities that we have. We might have a vision also. We'll build on this in our further teachings. Thank you.